Welcome back, Patriots, for another episode of the Bald Brad Show. It is officially December 31st. It's New Year's Eve. Thank God. Well, we are back here heading into 2025. Can you believe it? Which means 20 days until inauguration. And boy, it's going to be the longest 20 days of our lives. Is it not, Patriots? Because Donald Trump couldn't get into the White House quicker. There's a lot of crap going on still. You got Joe Biden barely making it. That guy's the next Jimmy Carter. And, you know, it's not a jab at Jimmy Carter, but we all see where Joe Biden has been. Did I say Donald Trump's next Jimmy Carter? It's still the morning. Forgive me. But Joe Biden is bumbling through his words once again. We got news on Trump and E. Jean Carroll. Yeah, that psycho that's painting rocks and carving names into some shacks in the middle of the woods. And that seems like it's satire, but it's not. We got more updates on illegal immigration, threats on American citizens, as well as across the globe. We got it all for you today, folks. It's a lot of stuff going on. And quite frankly, I'm not exactly awake right now. But good to see all of you. We haven't done this in a while, but let's get some shout outs in the chat over at YouTube. Dizzy, Robert, Jason, Cece's here, Peggy, Q1969, Jason. Shout out on that comment yesterday. I saw you, Jason. Jason slept in. Can't blame you, brother. Good Omen. Who else we got? Lulu in here. We got a lot of people over at Rumble. I mean, our Rumble is growing. We got holy lordy. Dave. We got Dizzy over there too. Robert. Candy. Is that Candy Wade? Karen Catmom's over there. We got a lot of people. Dan. It's good to see you, Dan. Krager. Hopefully I'm not. Mizzy's over there. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. If I am, I apologize. I'm not trying to. Well, you heard me talk about E. Jean Carroll. And if you don't remember who she is, we did a video on her a while ago. And the video was surrounding the idea that there wasn't really any evidence regarding her and Trump. And then you look at her and you look at Melania and you're kind of going back and forth. You know what I mean? Not that we need to. It's obvious the difference between Melania and E. Jean Carroll. Okay. A big difference. What's going on, little onion? Good to see you. And there's a big difference. Now, E. Jean Carroll, we got some clips of her in just one moment. Don't you worry. But this is also the lady that was carving random names into a shack in the middle of the woods. Folks, she was out there painting rocks and trees blue. I am not kidding. Not one or two. Like everything in the forest up to her height was painted in like ocean bright blue. Weird as hell. Well, check this out because court rejects Trump's bid to overturn E. Jean Carroll's sexual abuse verdict. Wait till I get into the first couple paragraphs here. This one I actually read because I almost fell over in my chair. A federal appeals court on Monday denied President-elect Donald Trump's attempt to overturn the verdict, determining he was liable for sexually abusing and defaming columnist E. Jean Carroll, which even freaked out Anderson Cooper, which I have that clip here as well. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit concluded. This is where you want to buckle up on this paragraph. That Trump had not sufficiently demonstrated that his rights have been jeopardized by mistakes in the legal process leading to the verdict in the May of 2023. Y'all ready for this? Now you taco buckle up. The three-judge panel determined that even though Carroll presented no evidence of her claims, this is insane. Two other women who made sexually misconduct allegations against Trump and the infamous actress Hollywood tape amounted to enough evidence for a jury to conclude Carroll was telling the truth. What? What? She gave no evidence. Just a purely psycho lady saying, yeah, he touched me. Really? Oh, no. You're going to tell me this lady was the lady that Donald Trump just couldn't contain himself with? No, I'm not talking about this lady. I'm talking about the other one. You might get them confused because they look similar.
Assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
Role play took place in the dressing room of Bergdorf's. While she was trying on lingerie, I would burst in.
Hold on. Man.
I know I'm asking a lot here. I know I'm asking a lot of you. Can you hold that image in your mind real quick? Just hold on to that, okay? No. Hold on to that real quick. Remember, Donald Trump couldn't contain himself. He just wanted her so bad. Yeah. No. We're going to hold on to that image in our minds just real quick. Hold on. I'm gearing something up for you because we got a lot of patriots in the chat. I mean, Melania, this lady, Melania, I mean, she's a babe. Melania's a 10. Seriously, it's no contest. Yeah, no. Donald Trump couldn't contain himself. Yeah, I don't believe that one bit. Everybody knows how guys work. Nobody's going after E. Jean Carroll. Nobody. Not even herself. So, the 3-judge panel again determined, even though Carroll presented no evidence of her claims, that she was telling the truth. Now, there's no question about if the jury's heads were on straight. I mean, hell, they were probably out there painting rocks with E. Jean Carroll. And she filed a defamation lawsuit against Trump in 2019 after her publicly denied sexually assaulting her in a New York City department store in the mid-1990s. So Donald Trump walks in, da-da-da-da-da, I love the department, oh my God, who are you? Really? Daily Wire previously reported Carroll made her accusations just days before her book was released. Oh, that's convenient, isn't it? And Trump responded by saying he didn't even know who Carroll was. I've never met this person in my life. She's trying to sell a new book. That should indicate her motivation right there. Yes, sir. It should be sold in the fiction section, Trump said. False accusations diminish the severity of real assault. Correct. So is calling somebody a racist and all these other names. That kind of degrades that whole idea as well. All should condemn false accusations and any actual assault in the strongest possible terms. If anyone has information that the Democrat Party is working with Miss Carroll or New York Magazine, please notify us as soon as possible. So it's not good news for Donald Trump, but we all see through the smoke, right? We all see the crap that's going on. And, well, they're not going to let it stop. So this kind of was trending on X yesterday, where it kind of goes into exactly what we talked about. The court denied Trump's request for a new trial, and he is now ordered to pay $5 million in damages to E. Jean Carroll. But don't worry, you guys. No, there's not a two-tier justice system here. It's all legit, right? We're supposed to believe in the DOJ. We're supposed to believe that Donald Trump did all these things. I don't think so. Nah. And I want to play this again because it really does show how crazy she is. When Anderson Cooper goes, we need to take a break really quick because we brought on somebody that's crazy. You should probably perk up your antennas.
I feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished. Which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
I feel like a victim.
Hitting the gavel. I plead my case. She's crazy. No, she's off her rocker. She's gone. Now, I couldn't find the video of her painting the rocks because, well, I was sleepy and I just haven't gotten to it yet. But oh, no. I do have it. Oh, I knew it. I wasn't as asleep as I thought I was.
On the door are the list of my dogs. Marky, Fortuna de la Spunky, Heidi, Tits, Bloody, and Hepburn. The streams and the rivers were dry. And it so horrified me that I came out and started painting the rocks blue to indicate that there was once a river here. And then after I got done painting the rocks, I just sort of walked over here and then did that tree and then did that tree and then I did this tree. And then pretty soon I'd done this whole forest.
Look. I bring the receipts. You think I pull this stuff out of my you-know-what? You guys know me well enough now that I don't just make stuff up. Sometimes I do for, jokes, laughing. We all know this is for entertainment as well. Not this. No. I don't. I get you. Yeah. Some of you might think I'm making it up. She's painting rocks and trees. Somebody makes a great point. Dave, the EPA would, well, I can't say that, down their throats of anybody doing this. Yes. Why is it okay for her to paint trees in the middle of the forest, but we can't put shipping containers out in the desert? Unbelievable. And you guys see her shack? Don't worry, though. Yeah, totally saying somebody believable. Oh, she's dressed up like Johnny Depp in freaking that one movie. Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter. We're so ass backwards as a society. The fact that she presented no evidence and the Democrats, he's a felon. He did all these things. They're just as bad as she is. So that was what was going on with her. And sheesh. Now, the other thing you guys wrote in the chat yesterday that I didn't get to, so this is kind of old news. It did happen while we were live. The story broke, and I wanted to confirm it. So we have it here. U.S. commits, it's so much money, $6 billion to Ukraine amidst domestic aid shortfalls. So on December 30th, yesterday, the United States committed significant financial support to Ukraine with President Joe Biden, I'm getting dizzy saying these numbers, announcing 2.5. Oh my God. Let me take a swig. Hold on a second. I'm going to lose it. It's my coping mechanism. $2.5 billion in security assistance, and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen authorizing $3.4 billion in budget aid. I don't even know what that is, amidst ongoing international and domestic scrutiny regarding aid distribution. What? Just what a kick in the you-know-what right before New Year's. And Democrats are bending over and saying, sir, may I have another? Now, you might be thinking, so we're sending all this money to these war-torn areas, right? Yeah, well, we're also sending money to the Taliban. Yeah, we say this a lot. $87 million a week we send them. A week? I'm going to say that again because I don't think a lot of people hear me clearly sometimes. 8 and a 7 every week. $1 million. Yeah, money. And we're funding their administration, meaning they have offices, believe it or not. These terrorists are so well equipped now because of Joe Biden and partially because of Barack Obama that they have offices that we're funding. That's $3 million a week. Yeah, that's great. And we're giving the Iranians $10 billion of our money, which, if you all recall, was allegedly frozen until we broke that story over the weekend. No, it's not. They're actually tapping into it now. And they looked at us straight in the face and they go, and they is the Iranians, the government, says, we're going to spend it on whatever we want. It's our money. Yeah, they're telling all of you that the money that we worked hard for and are giving them, well, it's their money. In the same way, Joe Biden leaves billions of dollars of military-grade equipment to the Taliban, and then they do a full-fledged freaking military parade and shove it in our faces and going, well, it's our equipment now. Yeah, the same equipment that you paid for. Isn't that just lovely? But don't worry, the Democrats know how to run the show really well. So the people that we're giving millions of dollars to are doing this. I don't hear anything about hashtag believe all women. Where's all the feminists now where the Taliban will shut down any NGOs employing women? I always love it. These people, will put men in skirts and put pigtails and makeup all over their faces and go, "You're taking our rights away. Yeah, we're not going to have the same rights as other people." Why don't you go over there and talk about rights? Why don't you go across the globe and push your feminist movement upon these people? Let me know how it works out for you. I don't think you'll be complaining anymore. These people will behead you. They'll lash you and throw rocks. They'll stone you like you're in the Bible still today in 2024. But because a lot of Americans have it so good, even though things are bad, I get it. I'm saying compared to people living in dirt huts, I would say we're doing pretty good, folks. Why don't you just take your movement over there, like the LGBTQ stuff for Palestine, right? Yeah. Go put on your gay pride shirt. And I got nothing against gay people, by the way. Just want to be clear, because the left always likes to freak out and call you racist, bigot, sexist, homophobe, whatever. Why don't you go over there and start preaching your whole charade, your whole debacle that you don't have any rights? And just, again, I want to know how long you survive. I want a ticker that says how many days until this has happened. Like one of the things they have at work, 100 days till nobody was injured. I want to see the ticker on how many days before a gay was killed. I'm not advocating for anybody to be killed, by the way. I want to be freaking clear as day. The Taliban in Afghanistan, with a history of behavior towards women, negative behavior, has now decided all national and foreign non-governmental groups in Afghanistan that employ women must be shut down. Oh, the announcement comes just 2 years after they told NGOs to suspend the employment of Afghan women, allegedly because they didn't wear the Islamic headscarf correctly. The Afghanistan Ministry of Economy issued a statement on X. Oh, I can't read that, okay, but I can read this. The Ministry of Economy has the authority for registering I don't even know, these institutions, is responsible for coordinating, leading, and supervising all activities of domestic and foreign NGOs. Therefore, once again, a follow-up circular has been issued to stop the work of female employees and Emirati and foreign institutions. In case of non-cooperation, all activities of the offending institution will be suspended, and the activity license they received from the ministry will be canceled. Meaning you're out of business. You employ these women, we're shutting you down, you're never coming back. And that doesn't even include the crazy stuff they're probably going to do to the business owner. I mean, that guy might lose his family and his life. And I'm not joking. It was issued in a statement declaring that new buildings should not have windows that could be used to see the courtyard, kitchen, neighbors' well, and other places usually used by women. Seeing women working in kitchens, in courtyards, or collecting water from wells can lead to obscene acts. And this is what gets me riled up, is because you have these feminists coming out in America chanting crazy crap, saying that they don't have the same rights as men. We're paid 70 cents on the dollar. Complete idiots, don't even know how averages work. That is not how things function. And live in this reality that they've concocted themselves. And then what they try to do is they try to bring all of us into their delusions. And we're supposed to play along with them as if they're kids looking for Santa. And we're supposed to pretend, yes, I'm looking for him too. Or we're supposed to act like E. Jean Carroll and start painting rocks and trees in the middle of the forest and pretend like it's okay, that it's normal. Everybody does it. This is why we need Trump back in office. And this is stuff that Elon Musk is going to do away with. Musk is going to get away, or do away rather, with this woke nonsense, this mind virus. And I hate to say it, but that's what it is. Elon Musk vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after his son gender's transition. So this came out in early July 2022, July of 22nd. I don't know why I'm saying 2022, but Elon Musk, the billionaire, as you all know, told Jordan B. Peterson that he was tricked into allowing one of his sons to undergo gender procedures, saying his son was killed by the woke mind virus. And I remember seeing Elon's face when he said this, and he's not a guy that shows a ton of emotion all the time. It's kind of like two extremes, right? He's either jumping on stage really happy, or he's just kind of a stoic guy. Men don't tend to show a ton of sadness, ladies, but you could tell that this was just a punch to the guy, where he sat down for an interview. that covered a range of topics and was streamed live on the Daily Wire. During one segment, Peterson and Musk discussed children being targeted by doctors with gender procedures, with both men agreeing that the practice is evil. Musk called gender affirming care the left's description of procedures and terrible euphemism. And he's right, because it's really child mutilation and sterilization. Well, that's exactly what it is. And you want to know what gender affirming care is? I was talking with my buddy about this last night, because I'm currently reading Jonathan Haidt's book. What is it? Coddling of the American Mind or American Child right now. And it's talking about the whole idea of people going to their therapist and their therapist affirming their trauma, but not in a way of trying to fix it, but just listening to them complain, but not actually solving their problems. And one of these things we spoke about was gender affirming care, and how these therapists are enabling and in some cases exacerbating these people's delusions. And that's how you produce people like E. Jean Carroll. That's how you produce these lefty snowflakes that are trying to run roughshod over our country. And they're not getting the help that they need. And then when they do get the help that they need, they fire the person that's trying to help them, because they don't want that. They want people to affirm whatever the hell they're going through and tell them that it's okay. That is insane. If you are a doctor, a psychologist, a therapist, I don't care what you are, and you're telling a person that's a biological male that they are a woman, you are doing some evil, fucked up shit, man. I don't care who you are. That is some twisted crap. That is along the lines of somebody that's schizo or seeing people, and you going, yeah, I see them too. Oh, is that Roger? Yeah, you talk about Roger a lot, huh? Oh, I hear him too. Oh, he's telling you to off a bunch of people. I hear that too. Yeah, you should listen to him. That's not too far off of what's happened in reality. I hate to tell you, folks. That's the left for you, man. And that's why Donald Trump was elected president, because he's going to fix it. And he finally has people around him that want to fix it too. And I think that we're making a change here. And that's why I couldn't be. There you go. Yes, exactly. Pat's right. Brad's last day to cuss. I guess we should be cussing up a storm today. Now you got me all messed up, Pat. The people are wrong. Okay, the people are wrong. They're twisted, and hopefully we'll make a change here. And we need a change, and that's why we got Donald Trump in office. And I'm hoping for big changes here in 2025. We'll see. Some other things that are going on. Speaking of changes, ICE shuts down programs offering services to illegal immigrants. And what are they citing that we've been complaining about for years? Citing immense costs. Folks, you've seen me get riled up here on the show over the immense cost of all this. I'm one of the people that have had actual videos removed talking about illegal immigration, and I'm a small channel. I ain't even big. It says here, an exclusive, not really, because we've been talking about it for 2 years. Well, ICE has ended 2 programs that provide social services to illegal immigrants who are released into the U.S. interior. Well, remember how we just say it this willy-nilly? Well, they were let into the interior of the country. I was told that I was a conspiracy theorist like 2 years ago. That's not happening. And then I would show a video of undocumented planes flying on the tarmac under the dark of the night, and a bunch of illegals pouring out like it's a freaking car, like a clown car, just falling, stumbling over each other because they're packed in there like sardines. And officers with body cam footage are like, hey, what's this? Who are all these people? And why is the plane undocumented? And why are you parking where there's no lights? And they didn't know what to say. It's a real video, by the way. Released in the interior of the United States. We're just able to say it now. It's fine, no big deal. Telling lawmakers that one brings immense costs with little improvement. Oh, really? Oh, we're just getting to this now, you guys, after 4 years. 10+ million people, sex traffickers, drug traffickers, children being sold off in the forced labor. I mean, what else is on the list? Immense costs with little improvement. It took them 4 years to figure this out, and we figured it out after the first week. The agency responded to Byron Donalds, who we love here, Byron, and 15 members of Congress who wrote to ICE in May asking for more information about the Alternatives to Detention program, which monitors illegal immigrants not in ICE detention. Oh, you're monitoring them. Were those the ankle bracelets and cell phones that we gave them, and then they just ended up throwing them in the trash can and we're finding them everywhere? The agency defended the program and said it was an efficient and effective program. Oh, shit. For monitoring a segment of illegal immigrants on ICE's non-detained docket. Look how many people this is. ICE only has around 40,000 beds available at one time, while it has a non-detained docket of nearly 7.7 million people, but it's efficient. These are freaking idiots. These people are idiots. Oh, God. I'm not going to keep it together. A number that has soared during the Biden administration of those, just over 181,000 are enrolled in this detention monitoring program, where migrants are monitored. There you go, by the app check-in or a GPS monitor. I was kidding. Like, there was a story back in the day about the GPS and the cell phones. That part was satirical, and that's where I will tell you when I'm joking. Holy crap, though. It's real. How many times have we had this happen on the show where I'm joking, I'm being satirical, and it ends up being legitimate? It's legit. Fuck, dude. Oh, God. Oh. Trump, you better clean it up, brother. You better clean this up. I can't do it for another 4 years. But in recent years, the agency has also created separate programs, offering various services and assistance to those not in detention. This is a fancy way of saying, hey, we're going to take your hard-earned money and give it to somebody else in different ways. That's just a rephrasing of what's going on here. So everybody take out their wallets and just start throwing money out your window, because that's basically what's happening. In the letter, the agency says some of those programs are ending. One is the Wraparound Stabilization Services, which ICE says began in February 2020. Gee, who was president then? And involves working with NGOs to offer services that provide psychological and behavioral health support for vulnerable participants and their families who would benefit from additional stabilization services. Oh, all the while you're just struggling to feed yourself, and these people come here and just want free stuff. ICE says the program stopped referrals in July after the program was ineffective in what it sought to do, having only 2% higher compliance rate for those who took part in the services. That's a nice way of saying, yeah, they weren't complying. We were expecting things to be a little bit higher, and well, they just didn't want to show up for what was being offered to them. Furthermore, look at this. ICE enforcement removal operations notes the challenge with WSS was its immense cost with little improvement. Sounds a lot like what we saw with Gavin Newsom, that idiot, and he's an asshole, by the way, regarding the whole improvement of homeless. Let's just pour billions of dollars into a problem that we're not even going to fix, and it actually just gets worse. And then the dude has the balls to ask you for more money. Guys, sounds a lot like Ukraine. The problem only is getting worse. Nothing's getting solved or resolved, but let's keep pouring more money into it because money solves everything, right? People are idiots, man. Really, I mean, it is. I've always said it's an astonishing thing, the time that we live in, where there's these NPCs walking around and they just throw money at the problem, think it's going to solve it. But then when it only exacerbates the problem, these idiots just want to throw more money at it. It's the same idea from Democrats, where they think that government's going to solve all their problems. But when government doesn't want to solve their problems and only makes the problem worse, they elect more Democrats to bloat the government even bigger, not to solve their problems, and only steal more of their money. Anybody tell me that I'm wrong? I mean, you guys are there too. We're all living in the same world. I know sometimes it doesn't seem that way when you got a guy running down the street in a dress with his balls hanging out telling you he's a woman, but we all live in the same world, breathing the same air. In addition to fiscal limitations, a review of the program revealed that YACMP, look what I did, does not align for ERO's mission or priorities. In short, ERO took steps to realign or stop using programs to address the budget challenges facing the agency. I said 98.6% of those with court tracking appeared at their court hearings overall, while 90% appeared for final hearings. So what happened to those 8%? That's a lot of people when you're talking about 10 plus to 25 million people. As of September, 13% of participants were being tracked by GPS ankle or wrist device. And the other length of the program was basically almost 2 years. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's great. Oh, you got, I was about to turn it off. Look at this. Holy shit. Buckle up. Lawmakers also asked those who were charged or convicted of crimes while enrolled at ATD. Let me get this straight. We're paying for services of criminals, and we know who they are, and we're still allowing them to stay here, and we're monitoring them. And people called me out saying, well, I don't believe that you're right, that we're actually tracking terrorists and criminals, that we really know their license plate numbers and we know where they live. Explain it to me, Democrats. Explain it to me. The agency said in fiscal 2024, who was president then and is, there were 3,913 charges and 688 convictions for those in the program, including 10 sex offense convictions, 364 traffic offense violations, 2 homicide convictions, 4 kidnapping convictions, and 65 assault convictions. Don't worry, though. No, they're all good people. Yeah. They're just here for a better life. You can't judge them. No. Oh, they raped them and basically murdered a bunch. They chopped her up and threw her in a ditch. No, you can't judge that person. Oh, they light a person on fire in the subway train and you're watching her walk around lit on fire. Yeah, you can't judge him. No, he's just here for a better life. This is how Democrats think, dude. It is freaking insane. And people go, well, Brad, it's not all Democrats. No, it's not. You're right. It's not. Doesn't mean we shouldn't still be calling them out. Freaking insane. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, hit that like and subscribe button, folks. It really does support the channel. Really, the like. I wouldn't ask you to hit the like button if it didn't. And if it's possible, leave a comment on videos if you can in the future. And what that does is YouTube wants to see engagement with the algorithm, and it basically forces the algorithm without human interaction to push our videos out there to new viewers. And it's been working, guys. Our videos are getting like 1,000 views. Some of them like 1,200 views. We're doing good. I think they kind of lifted the ban a little bit. Just a little bit. I also want to give a shout out to everybody over at Rumble. I want to thank them for their support and also for the sponsorship here. Rumble's been taking very good care of us, and so has Dylan over at Rumble. He's probably not in the chat, but if you guys can give a shout out to Dylan in the chat, he's been really taking care of me since I've been on Rumble here, so I want to appreciate him. So this sponsor is from Rumble, and one that is incredibly important to the survival of the company. I really do mean that. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built a platform for small creators like myself, and it didn't censor or have biases. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought this platform would censor, or platforms would censor political conversation or censor opinions on COVID, but they did, folks. Facebook literally admitted to it. Mark Zuckerberg was Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan and admitted to it as well. And they did it from pressure from the Biden-Harris administration. Well, Rumble did not. Rumble held the line, baby. They are attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to all you fine people, all you fine patriots. They are attacked in corporate media. They're attacked by governments like France. They're attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove free speech. Rumble is fighting to keep it, baby. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers. They don't get much of it, which is a massive problem if you're trying to make money as a company. Watching our show on Rumble is the most they can ask of you, but if you really believe in the fight and the cause and have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join Rumble and the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human rights to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with promo code STUDIO when you purchase an annual subscription. Go to rumble.com/premium and use promo code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, folks, now is the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, just watching us over at Rumble and joining our community over there, that also makes a big difference. Just want to give a shout out to all the patriots that support not just the Bald Brad Show, but Rumble. Yeah, I said Zuckerberger. You guys don't understand how tired I was this morning. I crawled out and I was like, am I a woman? I'm kidding. I don't ever think that. We also have Tom Homan here with Kayleigh McEnany, who is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to miss her as White House press secretary. But talking about securing the border and saving lives. And as you just saw, Joe Biden is allowing, criminals to be here and siphon from your hard-earned money that you work hard for and that you want to give your kids, but now you have to give it to other people. So we're going to backtrack this bad boy up. Let me cue it. Hold on, folks. But
here, Julian Castro's assertion of President Biden and the Democrats' hearts as it pertains to Laken Riley, Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Nungari. But they say you have a cold heart. Your response?
Well, they should have worn my shoes for 34 and a half years and dealt with the tragedies I've dealt with. Standing back of a tractor trailer in 19 Ted B put my feet, including a 5-year-old boy that all baked to death. He should have been with me when I talked to little girls as young as 9 years old that were raped multiple times by members of cartels and look in their eyes and everything innocent and pure is stolen from her. They should have been with me when I talked to the angel moms and dads whose children were buried. You know, want to talk about family separation? They buried their children because an illegal alien killed their child. Like you said, I've been very serious. I've been very blunt that right out of the gate we're going to concentrate on public safety threats. And you want to talk about heartless? I got mayors and governors who say they're going to do everything they can to prevent me from arresting public safety threats. How many young girls got to be raped and murdered and burned alive until they understand that protecting community is not heartless? Look, what's heartless is opening the border that results in a 600% increase in sex trafficking. What's heartless is over 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl poisoning from an open border. What's heartless is that cartels making billions of dollars. And what's heartless is the number of migrants who died crossing this border under Joe Biden, a record number, almost 4,000. I mean, how many lives have to be lost, migrants and U.S. citizens, until they get a sense that a secure border saves lives? You want to call me heartless, call me heartless. I'm going to do what I'm going to do exactly what I say. I'm going to do it without apology. We're going to save lives, bottom line.
Yeah, Tom, that's so well said. And someone who's always left out of the equation, to your exact point, is this. This is Chris Olivares, spokesperson with the Texas Department of Public Safety. He posted this just a few days ago. Texas DPS troopers recovered 2 unaccompanied female children left abandoned by a smuggler in Eagle Pass who fled to Mexico, and 2 children from El Salvador, ages 5 and 9. And all they had was a note with an address and a phone number. Tom, I have a 5-year-old. My 5-year-old cannot walk across the street by herself. She certainly can't make it to the southern border. Why does Julian Castro and Jasmine Crockett never speak about these children? Why didn't Kamala Harris visit the emergency intake facilities where these children were on suicide watch lists? They never speak about these children.
No, you want to talk about under Biden administration, over 500,000 children have been trafficked in this country. They lost track of 340,000 of them. And many of these children are going to be in sex trafficking and forced labor. President Trump is committed to finding these children, rescuing these children, because many of them are living a life of hell every day. You know what's heartless is the politicians like Crockett and Castro who covered up the open border, who didn't ever speak up about the children of sex trafficking in this country, didn't speak up about the number of aliens that are dying crossing the border. While you and I are talking right now, women are being raped by members of the cartels as a part of the fever crossing that border. A child will die tonight on the southern border. That's heartless. And all these people are cowards because for 4 years they didn't say anything. They didn't push back on the administration. They didn't talk about the open borders, how many Americans and migrants were dying. They didn't talk about the sex trafficking. They're heartless. President Trump is committed to secure the border and save lives. We're going to find these children. We're going to save these children.
We're going
to run a deportation operation. We'll get rid of Tren de Agua that killed so many young ladies in this country. We're going to get rid of criminals. We're going to get rid of gang members. We're going to make this country safe again. President Trump's going to make this country safe again. We're going to make the border great again. We're going to make this country great again. So they can call me all the names they want. Tom Homan isn't going anywhere. Tom Homan isn't shutting up. Tom Homan's going to do this job because I committed to President Trump. We're going to do the best thing we can for America, and that's secure border. Secure border saves lives.
Damn right.
Yeah. Tom, I only have a few moments here, but I do want to get your reaction to reporting. The Mexico government has announced that they will have an app. This app, according to Axios and what they've announced, is going to allow those who are in detention, Mexican citizens, people who crossed illegally, to alert a Mexican consulate that they're in detention. Is that going to stop you from doing your job?
Good for them. We're going to deport them, so maybe it's good they notify the consulate they're on their way because they're going to be deported. We're going to do this job. and we're going to run the biggest deportation operation the country ever seen. And we're going to right out the gate, criminals and national security threats and fugitives. We're going to do this job. So, app or not, we're doing this operation. Probably a good thing. Hey, I'm coming home because the Trump administration deported me. Give them a heads up. I'm okay with that.
I just love how he goes, oh, good for them. I'm still coming for your asses. Yeah. Oh, God, he's such a good pick. And he doesn't put up with crap. No, sir. Oh, no, no, no. He does not put up with crap. And that's somebody you need. Oh, man, that was great. Isn't that crazy, though, with what's still going on at the border, man? And Democrats are trying to F with it. And it's so typical of them. I mean, politicians do this in general, but really the Democrats, this is like their motto. Anytime you see something where they're trying to say that they're fixing it, but behind closed doors are just filing lawsuits to only exacerbate the problem that they're saying they're trying to fix, which has been the case for the southern border the last 4 years. Oh, don't worry, the border's secure, as you're just seeing flocks of thousands of people streaming in, millions of people in the span of 1 month. I mean, it's really crazy stuff. Really, really just wild stuff. Speaking of somebody that's wild, crazy, and just I can't believe I'm about to say this. Kamala's coming back. I just fucking, dude, you can't make this up. This is one of those articles that I'm not going to get through. Look at, I can't believe I'm not going to do it. The title alone. Kamala is a young politician. No, she's not. She's aged tremendously in just 2 months and will be back, ex-advisor says. Look, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I gotta say, and have been saying for years now, if you suck at your job and you're part of the Democrat Party, what do they do with you? They elevate you to the highest levels of office. Oh, you couldn't budget a campaign properly? And you're in debt and people aren't getting paid? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, no, we'll bring you back for more. Oh, wow. VP Kamala Harris is a young politician who will be back, a former aide said on Monday. Yet another sign that Harris could try to return to the political spotlight after losing the 2024 presidential contest to Donald Trump. It's unbelievable. I don't think the world has seen the last of Vice President Kamala Harris. I don't know how she will show up again. Neither do any of us. But she is a young politician who garnered over 75 million votes in this election, and she will be back to only get her ass kicked again. Politico reported last month that Harris, who is 60, but don't worry, she's young and vibrant. And that's not degrading any of the patriots in the chat, okay? 60 can be youthful. Not for her, it ain't. No. Has been signaling to her confidants, that she wants to keep her future political options open, including for a potential 2026. Oh, no, God, please. I read ahead. I'm sorry. A 2026 campaign for governor of California or a presidential run in 2028. Either way, it's going to destroy whatever she's in. I have to weigh now between Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris. Can we do a poll here really quick? I got the pick. Okay, now everybody stop. I need your help. Sounding the alarms. Just fucking shit. Who would you vote for if you were in my shoes? I ain't voting for either of them. I ain't vote for this shit. You vote for Harris or Newscum? Let me know. H for Harris, N for Newscum. I'll wait because there's a delay. We got a senior reporter for CNN later shared that Harris had been conveying to donors and other supporters, "You haven't seen the last of me. I'm not going quietly into the night." Could you please, though? You suck. She sucks. Harris's allies do not want her final official act ever to be essentially certifying Donald Trump's win. A number of Democrats have already begun campaigns for California governor, but polling indicates Harris would have an edge if she ran. And a Puck News Insights poll showed Harris being the top pick for the Democrats' 2028 presidential primary. A lot of you are saying neither. Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just curious on, like, if you had to, right? Like, the guns to your head, they're pulling your ponytail, which I don't have, going, oh, fuck, who are you gonna vote for, bitch? Shit. Newsom, wrong. Oh, shit. I don't know. Where does it come from, Brad? Where do you get your energy and your weirdness? I'm lonely. Alrighty, if you're having a good time, hit that like and subscribe button. As always, folks, we're not going anywhere. We do the 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time each and every morning, Monday through Friday. And we got a lot of patriots in the chat having a good time. Somebody just said vote Musk. I wish. Neither. Everyone's saying neither. We can't follow the rules. Well, they both contributed to destroying the state. So mind you, I mean, she's going to run in 2028, most likely. So's Gavin Newsom. Yeah. Look what they did to our state here. I've lived here my entire life, you guys. I'm telling you, it is awful. And I've been trying for years to find a word that I can give a really good image of the state of what our state looks like. The only thing I vote for Brad. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? Vote for me. I'm going to fix it. Hell no, I ain't running for office. No way in hell. Oh, Eric Birch at the $5. Good morning, Patriot family. Good morning to you, sir. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year's Eve. I guess I should say Happy New Year's to everybody. I'll put something in the comment tab later, but Happy New Year's, you guys. Look, make those resolutions. Try to better ourselves in 2025 here. And that goes for me, too. I'm not being a hypocrite. We got to make good decisions. But the best way I can correlate the state of California on what she's done and Gavin Newsom and the Democrat Party, I mean this in all literal sense. I'm not exaggerating it. Think of a zombie apocalypse and like a bomb went off too, and everyone's just walking around deranged, like they're like shell shocked and like stunned from it. Dirt everywhere all over them. There's people coming out of the hospital with empty wheelchairs and nursing garb and sometimes patient garb, their asses hanging out, and just walking around the street, hair's all frizzed and fried up. You know, people are passed out on the streets. All of that is real. And all of that, other than like the bomb, right? Obviously. But the hair, like the people I'm describing laid out on the street and what it smells like and looks like and just trash everywhere as if a bomb did go off. That is all real. All of it's real. How do I've been there. I've seen it with my own eyes, and none of that's an exaggeration. Homeless people fighting in the streets with one another, prostitutes walking in front of your car. And it's not like this is some off-the-road street in LA. This is Hollywood Boulevard, dude. This is the touristy of touristy areas where you got the handprints of the celebrities, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, right, with the stars. I can't believe people bring their kids down there. Speaking of just running things into the ground and just crazy stuff, you have a news and analysis here. Just really quickly, Biden admin blew over $1 billion on DEI in red states. One school district in South Carolina received a staggering $13.6 million over 3 years. We're not going to read the whole thing, but it's enough to, tell us what we need to know. The Biden administration Department of Education has faced growing criticism for the enormous amount spent on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in schools across the country. A new report found that Parents Defending Education reveals that more than $1 billion in DEI grants have been distributed nationwide since 2021. Included in the report are grants that affected schools in 25 states that voted for Donald Trump in 2024. It turns out that radical woke ideology is not just a problem in blue states. God, I feel like I've been saying this forever, that if they're doing it in states like California, probably either secretly happening in your state or is going to come to a state near you because they're guinea pigs, or we're guinea pigs in the state of California here. This federal spending spree caught the attention of state government leaders in red states, especially Oklahoma Superintendent Ryan Walters, who denounced the Biden administration for using taxpayer money to shove DEI down the throats of Oklahomans. DEI has been shoved down the throats in many conservative red states through the Department of Education grants. Consider 3 prominent examples from PDE's Grant Ed report, which shows federally funded DEI initiatives in Iowa, Missouri, and South Carolina, all of which have received $89 million. Is that $89 million? Holy crap. Total in grants aimed at embedding far left ideologies in K through 12 classrooms, which we have covered here. So much so that 2 years ago, we were spotlighted in a good way on Project Veritas. James O'Keefe spotlighted our channel, believe it or not, years ago. It was like our 5 seconds of fame regarding all the DEI and crazy stuff that they were pushing inside the school systems. And what we covered was them doing drag queen shows in front of not toddlers. I think it was like middle school and high school kids. And they were taking their parents' lunch money and putting it in the thongs of some dude that was dancing at a club event on campus without administration's knowledge. And there's videotape of it. And we got those videos flagged. So it's okay for these kids to be dancing, having grown men in thongs with their bulge and stuff happening in front of your kid's face without you knowing. And that kid's giving your money to that dude and nobody knows about it. And that's okay for that to take place. But when I show footage of it, it's not okay, that it's deemed inappropriate. Does anybody see the lack of common sense in any of that? So it's okay for YouTube to demonetize me pushing the news to people going, hey, just let you know your kids are having guys' nuts thrown in their face without you knowing, and your money's going into their ass. But yet I get the video removed from YouTube for saying that it's not okay. This is all real. I understand, you guys, how insane this sounds. Trust me. As I'm saying it, I know. But it's still real. I'm not playing it up, nor am I playing it down. It's just pure fact. That's what was happening. And we showed a lot of it, how there's these clubs where parents don't know anything about it, and neither does the admin. It's a rogue club. And what I mean by that is sometimes the club itself is literally rogue. It's not on the actual docket. It's not registered club. And they'll bring their friends and they'll try to freaking trans your daughter or your son with a girl that he may or may not like. It doesn't matter what it is. And bring them into the club without them knowing. And then they start coming home saying some weird stuff. That was also a story we uncovered. There's also clubs on campuses that are registered as one thing, but when you go to the club, it's something totally else. Something totally else. Drag stuff, inviting drag queen story hour coming in, gender affirming stuff going on. It's wild, man. It's wild. So we uncovered all that stuff like 2 years ago. We spent a lot of time on that. Maybe we should bring that back. So, as I mentioned, just want to throw this out there again for those that are just joining us. Biden did send Ukraine another $2.5 billion in military aid. On top of that, there was about $3.5 billion coming from Janet Yellen as well. So just throwing money left and right as if we have it. Mind you, we're $36 trillion in debt. Where they're getting the money from? Well, they're just pulling out their asses and running it on credit. So I always say this. I'm actually going to pull it back up. I always bring attention to this. It's not $2.5 billion. We don't have $2.5 billion. If we're putting this on credit, well, what gets charged if you can't pay your bills? Yes, sir. Interest. All this money we're sending to Ukraine is not like 60 billion. It's not like 100 billion. No. Come on. No, way more than that. Way more than that. We got to get Doge in. Doge! We do, because it's rough, man. We got to figure something out here, because this country's going to fall apart. I would vote for Alf. Wow, that's a callback, Robert. And good to see you, Robert. Hey, I recognize your guys' names when I haven't seen you in a while. I'll give you a shout out. It's good to see all of you in the chat. Pat with the $5, bringing in some New Year love. Bald Brad Army, thank you, sir. Pat did comment on this. I actually want to give a shout out to my buddy's wife made this for me. If you guys didn't see, and we got more news to cover, I just want to show you because I thought it was freaking badass. These are not for sale. They can be, I guess, if you guys want to buy them up. I guess I could see if she can make them for the Patriots and sell them to you guys. I don't know if you saw, but on the community tab, we do have a community tab. For those that don't know, maybe I should just show it. I gotta be careful here. We have a community tab, and if you go there, I post. And I got this for a Christmas gift. It's a coaster, and it was specially made. That's a badass coaster. So if you're not following over on the community tab, check that out. Yeah, cool stuff. We'll thumbs it up. But yeah, they're not for sale. Sorry, mine only. And then another viewer, Andy, bought a mug and it has the book there. So always people support. I appreciate you guys for always buying up the merch and supporting the show. I really do appreciate that. It's crazy to think where we've been and where we're going. February will be 4 years. Now, I don't know if you can tell here. Am I glistening a little bit? Because I swear I'm trying to be smoked out of this room right now. What I mean by that is the heater's cooking, dude. The wife's trying to smoke me out. Help me. Yo, I'm sweating my ass off right now, yo. Shit has to be in the 80s at least. Fuck, dude. You guys know it's bad if I'm cussing. Yo, my shirt is drenched. Oh, help me. Please come out. But seriously, it's hotter than Africa in here. I love you guys a lot, man. I love hanging out with you. Glowing, yeah. It's like the shirt's sticking to me. All right, hey, we're not done yet. Big news here in updates regarding what we covered the last couple days. We got Trump endorsing Mike Johnson. And look, okay, let's be fair here. I know some people don't like Mike. He's not a MAGA supporter, but he does what Donald Trump wants in general. So it's not a bad pick. We got kind of, I don't want to say slim pickings because we got a lot of people we could choose from, but at least Mike does follow the agenda for the most part. So President-elect Donald Trump endorsed Mike Johnson on Monday to once again lead the U.S. House of Representatives, which is a good stance because, he needs to get in, guys. We got to get Donald Trump, the electorals on January 6th, I believe it is. If we don't have Mike Johnson, we don't have a speaker, well, Donald Trump's not getting into office yet. So this needs to happen. It's a good look. It's a good pick for what's going on. And it's a smart move by Donald Trump because it's really going to show the true colors of those in the House and the Republicans specifically on if they're going to follow in line here. We'll figure it out. So let's not blow this great opportunity, which we have been given. Trump posted on Truth Social. The American people need immediate relief from all the destructive policies of the last administration. Correct. Mike Johnson is a good, hardworking, religious man. He will do the right thing, and we will continue to win. Mike has my complete and total endorsement, MAGA. Good move. It needed to happen. At least, and he follows in line. He's not a bad guy. And if you look, it is really weird. If you look at a lot of his old interviews, he talked a lot about kind of the deep state and how there's the swamp and the budget issues and the spending problem. And he talked a lot about going against that. But if you look at kind of his, I don't say his agenda, but his history since he's been speaker, he's just been passing crap just all over the place. Oh, here's $1 billion here. Here's $1 billion here. Who gives a shit? Billions. Well, it's weird. So there's a really good opportunity with Elon Musk, Doge, and Vivek Ramaswamy to work with Mike Johnson here and actually get some stuff done because at his core, that's what he really believes. And there seems to be, I don't know if it's the deep state, the managerial class, these bureaucrats, they're never elected, but are telling all of us how to live our lives. I don't know if those people like have something on him or when people become in high positions, they find out some information that we don't know that changes their whole ideology about something. It's really weird and I can't pinpoint it. I've read it in books, but it's never been like pinpointed down to like, it would be, I'll give you an example. I do a show, right? Let's just pretend for a second. Let's put on our pigtails. We'll put in our gender affirming bands. Let's pretend for a second. I do my show, right? My two biggest issues, and I've always said this clear as day, this is not pretend, that it's the debt that we're in, the 36 trillion and illegal immigration. Those are my two biggest issues as of right now. I get elected as a politician and all of a sudden I'm not really harsh on the budget anymore and the debt. I'm not really harsh on illegal immigration. What did everybody that's been in here with me for years go, what the hell happened? Like, dude, you used to scream into the mic every morning and vent about the $36 trillion that we're in and illegal immigration. All of a sudden, you're not really behind it anymore. Like, what's going on? That's basically Mike Johnson. Honestly, that's basically the same thing that we're dealing with here. And it's weird as hell. Does he want to be accepted by everyone? I don't know. I like Mike. He needs to man up a little bit. Come on, Mike, you could do it. There's some truth to that. Thank you, Mr. President. I am honored and humbled by your support as always. Together, we will quickly deliver on your America First agenda and usher in a new golden age of America. The America people demand and deserve that we waste no time. Let's get to work. Most likely, he's going to get brought in, which will be good. Is there somebody better than Mike? Yeah, but they don't want the speakership position. And like I give you Jim Jordan, for example, would be a really great person to be speaker. The guy's been around for a while. He's extremely intelligent. He doesn't put up with crap, but he doesn't want it. The Speaker of the House is a sucky position, and I'm surprised Mike would even want it. It's not a job that is. It's a job that's needed, not necessarily a job that's wanted. So that's why I try to cut him a little bit of slack, is because we explained how the Republican Party has different groups, segments, and he has to somehow be able to negotiate with all those groups and try to get stuff done at the same time and negotiate with Democrats. So it's a tough position. So try not to like kick the guys, you know what, too much. I do want to highlight that aspect because it can be a little bit difficult. If you're wondering, something like, where are you getting your energy from? Well, let me tell you, folks, everybody knows what coffee we drink here, and we haven't done a plug in a while. Do you enjoy free speech that Rumble is protecting and fighting for? Our show on Rumble is only possible thanks to our viewers supporting Rumble's platforms by purchasing Rumble's products. And one of those, folks, many of us drink every single day because we're a morning show, is coffee. And that's why you have to try Rumble 1775 coffee. This stuff will rock your world, baby. It's actually some of the best coffee, and it's the same price as the coffee you buy now, but it's just way better. Rumble 1775 coffee is free from chemicals, yet rich in flavor. This is because their beans are sourced from high altitudes in farms in Bolivia, and they're hand-picked, roasted weekly at their facility, and then delivered fresh to your doorstep, which is phenomenal. And as believers in freedom, buying from Rumble helps fight back against woke corporations like Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, which are charging you up to, I call it $5. Starting 2025, I'm going to call it $6 because that's where it's at. Join the coffee revolution and brew rebellion with Rumble 1775 coffee. Go to 1775coffee.com, use promo code studio and get a free month supply of their cognitive boosting supplement Limitless when you buy 2 bags of their coffee. Think about it, it's a crazy deal. The supplement is worth more than 2 bags of coffee alone. Go to 1775coffee.com and try their amazing brew, their amazing coffee. Some of you are buying that up, like Jerry, for example, gets the medium roast. Always spotlight that. And I'm a dark roast guy. If you're curious, there literally is coffee in here. I just don't want to spill it, but we're down towards the end. So did I ever show you guys the fracture? Can you guys see that? I need a new mug. Actually, I thought about buying a new one. We need a new one. That is not an endorsement to start sending money and stuff. I want to be clear. You guys stress the hell out of me whenever I say stuff. I'm like super cautious now about, oh, something broke. You guys, let's start a fund. Freaking A, man, it stresses me out. I'm being dead serious. I'll buy the mug myself. Don't do it. And I'm being serious, you guys. All right. What else do we got here on the docket? I want to do this here. Some of you brought this up yesterday, and I have headphones down here. They don't really give me the audio too well on sometimes of the videos that play for you guys. It will be loud for you, but not for me. And something that was brought up was January 6th. And so I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a dive into it. And this kind of popped up just yesterday, where U.S. attorney behind January 6th prosecution stepping down before Trump's inauguration. I'm going to spend a little bit of time with this article because I am curious on why he's stepping down. And also, you got Kash Patel, who's coming in as the FBI director, along with Tulsi Gabbard's coming in. I think it's Tulsi Gabbard, is she DHS or NSA? Doesn't matter. They're going to reveal a lot of the stuff, I'm hoping, and let the American people know what the hell our government's been doing. And I would say more than ever, now is the time to really get us in the loop of all the crazy corrupted crap that our government has been doing shit for almost 100 years. I'm talking like the JFK assassination, January 6th, the 9/11 stuff. Right now, more than ever, is the time to release this stuff because we all believe it anyways. You know, I don't think like we're going to go out there and start storming the Capitol again over all the stuff they're going to divulge about how our government's gone usurpacious and corrupt. I think we all know what's going to happen. So when they release like, oh yeah, the CIA killed JFK, we're gonna be like, that's crazy. But it also like, yo, like we've been saying that for probably 60 years. I don't think it's been 60 years. What is it? JFK assassination, 1964, 65, something like that. I got that right? Carry the 1, the 2, drop the 1s, a 0. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm curious here. So we got Matthew Graves, a longtime federal prosecutor who has held the role of U.S. attorney in the nation's capital for a little more than 3 years, said that he's going to resign effective January 16, 4 days before the inauguration. Well, maybe because Donald Trump, if he has the power, probably fire his ass too. The principal assistant of U.S. attorney in D.C., Bridget Fitzpatrick, is slated to becoming acting U.S. attorney after Graves departs. Serving as U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia, has been an honor of a lifetime. I'm deeply thankful for Congresswoman Holmes Norton for recommending me to President Biden for nominating me and Attorney General Garland for placing his trust in me. Well, that tells you everything you need to know. 63. Okay, I was close. All right. Thank you. September 1963. I said 64. Okay, I'm close. I'm in the ballpark. Graves dealt with all sorts of issues during his stint as U.S. attorney, ranging from those focused on national security matters to cryptocurrency. However, it was his record with January 6 cases that became a political lightning rod. The Department of Justice says nearly 1,600 defendants had been charged, many of whom pleaded guilty or were found guilty and served hundreds of them with prison sentences. Folks, some of these people have been locked up for 3 years that legitimately didn't do anything. It's crazy. I always make the joke about somebody that was a couple blocks away buying a hot dog on January 6th, had no involvement in it, getting locked up. That's not too far off of what happened to some of these people. It's fucked up, man. These people haven't done anything. Guys, there's people that are charged that, sorry, I shouldn't even say that. That's actually a lie. There's some people that aren't even charged that are locked up. And if you go, well, how the hell does that make sense? Yes, correct. How does that make sense? There's a dude that's been locked up for 3 years that hasn't actually committed a crime, and he hasn't been charged with anything, and he's still locked up. It's fucking crazy, bro. If you do a deep dive on January 6th, there's some crazy shit that's going to come out, or that you can find yourself already. Some have been heavily critical on Graves, including Andy Briggs, who responded to the U.S. attorney stepping down, saying the pawn at the helm of DOJ's targeted of Biden's political opponents just resigned ahead of President Trump's inauguration, and noting the swamp knows that justice is coming, which is why you also have the FBI director for Christopher Wray stepping down in January, because he knows his ass can get fired and canned. It's interesting how all the court cases, other than the E. Jean Carroll one, is falling apart, right? The Georgia one's falling apart. January 6th is falling apart. All of a sudden, everybody's stepping down and running because they all know. The curious thing is we got 20 days. I want to see who Biden pardons further after this. The Inspector General of the Department of Justice recently published a report that said the FBI has had 26 confidential human sources in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Yeah, you heard that correctly. I reported years ago, I think it was about 2.5 years ago, that I had a source that said 200 FBI agents were on the ground on January 6th. 200 was the specific number that was cited. So here's saying 26. I think it was more than that. Human sources. And this isn't just FBI, I believe. I think this is other 3-letter agencies included in that 26 number, including some who committed offenses but are not among the hundreds who have been charged with crimes. Oh, Graves' office responded by saying it generally has not charged those individuals whose only crime on January 6, 2021 was to enter the restricted grounds surrounding the Capitol, which has resulted in the office declining to charge hundreds of individuals. And we have treated the CHHs consistent with this approach. During an interview on NBC's Meet the Press earlier this month, Trump said his team was looking at the prospect of pardoning January 6 defendants, and some of them should. The ones that committed crimes, you guys, I don't think should. But there's a lot of people that didn't in that 1,200 number that didn't really do anything. I think being in the break for a few years already is enough. Some of them committed some pretty bad stuff, not that many. So I don't think those people should be pardoned. Like, you beat the shit out of an officer, you guys. Not a good thing, okay? Hate to say it, not a good thing. But if you're walking around with your hands in your pocket, taking some selfies with stuff, look, you got in trouble, pardon, you're good, you're out. Hopefully you learned your lesson. I'm not playing down what took place. You got a bunch of idiots that day, and I've said that for years. They were idiots. And it sucks that And I don't even think a lot of them are Republicans, in my opinion. I think they're saying they were, but they are off their rockers. Lastly, Trump gives a congratulation here to Florida representative for leaving the Democrat Party. More people fleeing the Democrat Party coming to where? The GOP. Thank you very much. Now, as long as they're coming to our party and not still voting for the same crazy crap that helped cripple this country, I'm cool with it. But the problem is it makes me a little bit sus because these people will flee the state of California. They'll go to Idaho, Montana, or Texas and start trying to turn your state into a blue state because they destroyed the one that they came from. And because this doesn't work, like Joe Biden, they keep voting in the same policies. President-elect Donald Trump congratulated Florida State Representative Hillary, is it Castle, over the weekend for leaving the Democrat Party and joining the Republican Party. Congratulations, Hillary, for becoming the second state representative from the great state of Florida to switch her party affiliation from Democrat to Republican, once more expanding the GOP supermajority in the state House, Trump wrote on Truth Social. I would further like to invite other delusion. Hold on, let me read it in Trump's voice. This is good. I would further like to invite other disillusioned Democrats, they're delusional, they're super delusional, to switch parties and join us on this noble quest like we're knights in shining armor to save our country and make America great again, greater than ever before. Thank you, Hillary, and not the corrupt one, the good one, Hillary Castle. I added some fluff and flavor in there. You got to. Castle sent in a statement last week that the decision was made not made lightly because from a deep sense of responsibility to my constituents and my commitment to the values that guide my service, I will be joining the Republican Conference of the Florida House of Representatives because I believe in their vision for a better, more prosperous Florida. And Florida ain't turning blue anytime soon. There was another article I read earlier this week that was kind of the same thing where they were talking about how Florida is basically red and like multiple generations. They said they need at least 10 years to even attempt to try to turn Florida blue. I mean, remember when Florida was kind of a toss up and now Florida was like a swing state before. Not anymore. Democrats ruined that. And look, Democrat Party ain't changing, you guys. If anybody in here thinks the Democrats are going to all of a sudden wake up and go, oh, I guess we're not going to impose gender queer theory upon your kids and try to mutilate them and all these things that they said, the Green New Deal and all that crazy shit they want to do. If you think they're going to just flip on a dime, I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. It ain't happening. They're so far left, man. They are surrounded by the progressive left. And that's why a lot of Democrats are becoming red because, well, we've got actually more center than anything. So that's today's episode. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and heard. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Your support would be greatly appreciated on that front. And Pat gave another $5. Do I have that right? Pat says, here's $5 for a new... Oh, damn. Jesus Christ. Oh, you guys stress the hell out of me sometimes. Pat gave $5 for a new mug. Gotcha. Ha. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Now I got to get a new mug. Now I have to. So I hope you guys have a nice new year. I don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow morning. I'm going to be up late celebrating the new year. So we will see. But I also went to bed really late last night and, fumbled and stumbled in here. And that's it. So cheers to a new year. We will reveal, the members know this because we did a members only video. It's 99 cents if you want to become a member. We did a members only video where I revealed our numbers from 2024 here and the goal for 2025, which I'm going to need all your help on. So I'll release that out probably tomorrow if we do have a video. And I'll check that out. Little Onion says, you just described my state of Arizona. I was in Arizona a few weeks ago. I was in Sedona. Beautiful area. I love Arizona. Trying to think if there's anything else. So yeah, I'll at least announce like what my goal is, and it's freaking ambitious. But to do it is I gotta take a lot of my own money and do it. But it would be helpful if I had members to do it for me with like a combination of me helping myself. We'll see. We'll see. But with that being said, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below, folks. Look for more videos coming out later today. And, well, Happy New Year and be safe. Do not do anything stupid. Angel, I see you in the chat. Who else is crazy in here sometimes? Dizzy, where the hell you at? Mizzy, I know you can get spicy. Careful. Karen, you guys don't do anything stupid. Daddy Bald Brad's telling you to keep it calm. Danielle, Lulu, keep it safe tonight, folks. Laura, 1969. I see all of you in here. Robert, Diane, be safe. I don't want any reports going, yeah, Angel called me. He's locked up. Or Little Onion or Cece. Oh, shit, yeah, they sat there and blew up a house with fireworks and shit. It's crazy. Be safe, you guys. Seriously, be careful on the roads. A lot of people are drunks. Don't drink and drive, but a lot of people are drunk. Don't drive in the fast lane. You guys know the rules. Be safe. God bless you. Thank you so much for a fabulous 2024. Here's to 2025. Take care, Patriots.